The queens enter, with Arsène coming in last and walking through the doorway like a runway. He poses at the end, and Sato hides behind a couple of the other queens.
Jesus Christ, he's just so fucking hot. I love you, Ritsuka, it's not my fault. I'm sure he understands.
The queens cheer for Arsène and he goes to sit with them. Spinel asks the room how they feel about the elimination now that some time has passed. Elisa says she's crushed, but that she's using it to motivate her. Venti adds that he feels the same, and he really bonded with her in her short time there.
Me and Emolga didn't know each other well, but as soon as we walked in and didn't get to watch her fly ahead of us, bringing the energy into the room, I knew things wouldn't be the same without her. I'll see you soon, little sister, come visit in Nor. I'm sure Elise will love you.
I tried to bring back some light to the workroom without Emolga by stunning the queens with an entrance. I can tell it at least brought some energy into Sato, ha.
Ione rolls her eyes and says that if Emolga had all the potential everyone is acting like she did, she would still be in the room. Elisa cracks and glares at her, asking what she just said.
Excuse me, bitch? I've been a calm and kind presence in the workroom up to now, but don't fuck with my daughter, it won't end well. It takes nerve to talk about a lack of potential when you've given the same stale aesthetic on the runway for 3 weeks now. Get new material because you're giving less shining star and more brown dwarf.
Spinel quickly moves the conversation along and says that she doesn't think she would have beat Emolga if she hadn't quit, and that it really opened her eyes to her position in the competition. She turns to Camilla and Celestia, and asks that they make a truce to stop the back and forth. Camilla looks to Celestia, who rolls her eyes.
Be so for real, I'm not gonna hold my tongue towards someone who's a bitch just because the light flashed before her eyes when she lucked her way out of what would have been the end of her time in this competition. Not today, Satan.
Celestia starts to say something, but Camilla cuts her off and says that she doesn't know about Celestia, but that as an older sister she knows how to be patient with the children, and that she's willing to try to be cordial with Spinel. Celestia scowls.
Frankly, I don't trust a word the Princess of Nor has to say. For a while now she's been acting like Celestia's purse chihuahua, and I know I can't trust Celestia. But at the same time, it's clear that Celestia wanted to say no, and Camilla cut her off. So maybe she hasn't been fully infected by that bitch of a witch.
Venti says that it's time to be shady, and asks the room who, aside from themselves, they consider the strongest and weakest. For a moment nobody answers, before Sato breaks the silence by stating that he sees Arsène as a very strong competitor, and that he thinks Spinel is probably the weakest.
Are you kidding? I finally made a little bit of headway with my relationships in the workroom, and I'm already being attacked again. Sato can go jump up his own ass, he's one to talk about being the weakest. I've yet to be impressed by him and I don't think that's gonna change.
Spinel stays quiet for several seconds, before saying through gritted teeth that she respectfully disagrees. Nikolai stifles a laugh.
Spinel is trying her damnedest to up her social game, and it's hilarious. Girl, good luck. A bitch is always a bitch, this won't last.
Venti opens his mouth to say something, when the Rumail sound plays.
Saved by the bell. I don't mind Venti, but if he had started talking he never would have stopped, and we have a challenge to get to.
Hello, loves. We've had a lot of drama in this workroom lately, so I think it's time for some laughs. Tonight on the main stage, we'll be having a stand-up comedy challenge.
It's about damn time. I'm about to show these girls the clown in Fashion Clown.
You'll be divided into pairs, and together you'll do a stand-up comedy routine parodying the Cartoon Drag Race Awards.
It's my dream to win Queen of the Year at the Cartoon Drag Race Awards someday. And when I win this challenge, they'll see why I deserve it.
Each of you will vote for who deserves each of the 5 awards, and the presenting duo will give out that award. The awards are Shadiest Queen, Mug of the Year, Busted Beyond Belief, Trade of the Season, and Most Delusional Diva.
Nikolai, Vanessa, Spinel, Arsène, Venti. Next challenge, please.
Spinel and Mafuyu Sato, the 2 of you will present for Trade of the Season.
Ha, it'll be hard to present when I'm the winner. Well, I'd like to think so, but let's be real. It's Arsène.
Ione and Vanessa, the 2 of you will present for Busted Beyond Belief.
That's good, we won't have to improv when one of us wins, since there's no way we can take that one home.
Elisa and Venti, the two of you will present for Shadiest Queen.
I'm happy to be paired with Elisa. She's a very strong queen, and although comedy isn't her specialty, I'm sure she's capable. The glamour on the stage will be unmatched.
Camilla and Arsene, the two of you will present for Mug of the Year.
Two hottest people here, and we aren't hosting Trade of the Season? Well, either way, I'm so excited to work with Camilla. I always love a body queen, and if all goes well she might let me alter and wear one of her beautiful looks for the challenge. Well, probably not, but a bitch can dream.
And finally, Nikolai and Celestia, the two of you will present for Most Delusional Diva.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I can see her sweating on the other side of the lineup. Better shape up, diva.
I'm so sick of this bitch. Why can't I get a minute to breathe from him? I barely managed to keep him from realizing it was me that sabotaged his look, but he's still been using that situation to fuck me over. If he holds us back from the win, I swear to God, it's over for him.
We'll see you on the main stage. Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
The queens split up into their groups. Venti and Elisa immediately jump into work on their writing. Venti offers to take the lead, but Elisa insists that she wants to prove that she can do comedy. Venti agrees, on the condition that if she starts to struggle he can take over, which Elisa agrees to. To Venti's surprise, Elisa quickly starts writing down jokes and ideas.
I'm very impressed with Elisa. I expected that she'd be capable, but I didn't expect her to be as funny as she is. She's fully taken the lead and the material so far is great.
While they work, the two discuss their mutual friendship with Emolga. Venti pauses for a moment, before saying that even though he loves and misses Emolga and respects her choice, he's in a way mad at her for giving up when everyone else has been trying so hard. Elisa goes quiet, and seems angry at first, but after a few seconds her expression softens and she says that she understands that and she thinks she's felt that way too.
I love Emolga, and I understand why she walked out, she just couldn't take the pressure. But I still want her to be here, and it just stings that she walked out on this opportunity so early. I don't know if mad is the word I'd choose, I'm just a little disappointed I suppose. I hope she can understand, I don't want to upset her when she sees this. I love you, Emolga.
The two of them continue to work on their routine together and bond. Nikolai and Celestia start their writing, with Nikolai taking the lead. Celestia pauses the writing to ask what look they should go for on the stage. Nikolai glances over at her and replies that they should wear something beaded.
I'm having the time of my life watching Celestia squirm. I just know she's terrified I'll catch on.
Celestia frowns, and says she's sure that Nikolai can handle the writing and leaves the table. Camilla and Arsene have started their material, but neither are having much success. Arsene looks at Camilla and says he thought she had comedy chops, and Camilla replies that she does, but being next to his mannequin queen energy must have sapped it away. They both laugh.
We aren't having much luck with our material, but we're really bonding, and I think that chemistry will help us on the stage. Two hottest bitches in the place are friends, everyone better watch out.
Sato and Spinel are the last ones to their table, and Sato is the only one writing material. Spinel is standing next to the table complaining to Sato, and saying that she's going to miss out on the win because of him. Sato glares at her.
Miss out because of me? First of all, I'm right here, you cunt. You could have waited for the confessional like everyone else. Secondly, while you bitch about how I'm costing you the challenge, I'm the one actually working on the challenge.
Everyone, including me, has their rivalries, but putting that aside, Mafuyu Sato is clearly the weakest one here and I'm pissed that I got stuck with him. I don't care if he knows it.
From the other table, Arsene overhears Spinel and storms over, telling Spinel she can't talk to Sato like that. Spinel fires back that he needs to mind his own business, and Arsene says that her being a bitch to Sato is his business. The two get into a screaming match that lasts so long that by the time it's broken up by Sato and Camilla, they've already had to do most of the work on their own.
I don't care what she has to say about social game this, new leaf that. She's still a cunt. And she's welcome to be a cunt. But if she's a cunt to the people I care about, I'll be a cunt right back. The only thing I regret is that I left Camilla alone and she had to write on her own. Actually that's a lie, I also regret not pulling Spinel's dumbass stretchy limbs like saltwater taffy when I had the chance.
Vanessa and Ione have almost nothing written down for their material by the halfway point. After some time, Celestia moves over to their table to taunt them, looking down at their page and saying it looks like we know who the bottoms are this week. Vanessa glares up at her, and adds that a whore like her would know all about who's on bottom. Ione gasps and breaks into laughter.
God damn, Vanessa, gather her. I don't have much of an opinion on Celestia except that she has a lot of polish, but she deserved that.
Celestia scoffs and says Vanessa shouldn't be so cocky, because she doesn't have a future in this competition. Ione says that she doesn't know that, and that this attitude is gonna come crashing down on her at some point. Celestia just smiles and asks how exactly that could happen. Nikolai comes over after she says that, lightly grabbing her arm and saying they should go back to their station because they have work to do.
Okay, that's one way it could happen, but it won't. And they don't know that regardless. I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm a star and Vanessa isn't. Look at the material.
Once they return to their stations, everyone hears the sound of laughter from the doorway.
Sorry I'm late, my ass got stuck in the doorway.
I've had that same issue with my tits on occasion. I feel your pain, Red Guy. But jokes aside, I'm in awe. Red is such an icon. He was just in the finale of Cartoon Drag Race Season 10. I personally wanted him to win, but my sisters at home all had different opinions. Elise wouldn't shut up about that double D. The only double D's getting compliments in that palace should be on my chest, but whatever.
Well, look who's here. Your first and only obsession, Red Guy. After my stint on Cartoon Drag Race Season 10, Kagamanelen was ringing my phone off the hook to make a guest appearance on his first season, and honey, money talks. But with the rush, I didn't have quite enough time to fix my BBL before coming. I look fierce regardless. First impressions walking into the door, that woman with the lavender hair impresses me the most, body at a 10 just like myself. Another one that impressed me is the one in the corner, that white guy. Let's see how I feel after I talk with them all.
Red Guy goes to each station to help them with material and ask about workroom gossip. At Nikolai and Celestia's station, he asks if they're confident in their routine so far. Nikolai says that he is, and he thinks Celestia will do well too so long as she doesn't slip on anything. Celestia cracks. Red Guy asks her how she feels about her fellow competitors, and she replies that it doesn't matter since none of them have been real competition up to now.
Celestia is putting herself on a timer with her arrogance, because you'll only make it so far without a social game, and at the rate she's burning bridges she's gonna be stuck on the other side of the river. Maybe she should take some notes from a certain white guy.
Red Guy adds that that's fierce, but that she should take the other queens more seriously for her own sake. Celestia just smiles and gets back to writing, and Red Guy moves to another table. At Camilla and Arsene's station, Red Guy first compliments Camilla's workroom look, saying that as the body of his seasons he always appreciates another body girl. Camilla thanks him, adding that they can bond over getting stuck indoors, and they both laugh.
Operation Convince Red Guy to join the House of Noor is on. But that'll have to continue another time, because we have to focus. Maybe he'll be begging me to join after I take those fierce drag jewels back to my palace.
Red Guy asks the two of them who they see as threats in the workroom. Camilla replies that despite them being allies, she sees Celestia as big competition. Arsene says he feels the same about Nikolai, but he also thinks Venti is being underestimated and has his eye on him. Red Guy says that production told him that Arsene had his eye on Mafuyu Sato, not Venti, and Arsene blushes and starts laughing.
That was shady, Red Guy. Not a lie, but definitely shady.
Red Guy moves over to Venti and Elisa's table, and asks them how their material is going. They say it's going well, and ask if he wants to hear some of their jokes. He agrees, and so the two of them act out a part of their routine, which makes Red Guy burst into laughter. A few of the other queens look worried.
Venti and Elisa are making Red laugh so hard that I'm worried his botched ass is gonna explode. Meanwhile, I'm stuck on a team with Sarah Plain and Tall, having to carry for us both. I'm pissed.
Red Guy asks the two who they see going home this week. Venti mentions that he thinks Spinel, and that she should have gone home last week, and she was lucky Emolga quit. Elisa says that she agrees, but that she thinks the next to go will be Ione because she's not funny and her runways won't carry her forever. Ione gasps.
I have respect for Elisa, but I also have words for her. Those words are, Clearly lack of taste runs in the family.
Wow, there was no hesitation from Elisa. Ione looks pissed, but it's kinda her own fault.
Red guy sees Ione's reaction and moves on to her and Vanessa's table, complimenting their drag. Ione thanks him, saying that unlike some of these girls, they have taste. When asked if she makes her own looks, Ione confirms and says that Vanessa does as well. Red guy then asks how they're coming along with the challenge, and they awkwardly tell him they've written close to nothing. Red guy offers to help, on the condition that after filming ends they'll each make him a look free of charge. They agree, and after asking the producers they're told that since Red is technically there to help them, they'll allow it.
What? Come on, that's totally cheating. I'm not just being a bitch this time, they're basically paying for a ghostwriter in the middle of the workroom, and the producers are letting them. Ah.
Once the girls finish their material and start getting into drag for the challenge, Red guy starts to leave before stopping at the doorway.
Oh, I almost forgot. Tonight on the runway, we'll be keeping the voting theme from tonight's challenge. After the winners of the challenge are announced, you'll be asked who should go home tonight and why. But this isn't an empty question. The team who has the most queens say their name will be placed in the bottom two and lip-syncing against one another. I bet you wish you had kept all that shit talk to yourself now, don't you?
Red guy laughs and leaves the workroom, having left the queens in stunned silence.
Hello my loves, and welcome to Cartoon Drag Race Philippines Episode 4. I'm one of your beloved hosts, Kagamane Len. Please welcome your beautiful judging panel this week. The other half of our sickening judging duo, it's Kagamane Rin. And Ass Almighty, a finalist on Cartoon Drag Race Season 10, and the body of Cartoon Drag Race, it's Red Guy. Thank you for coming today. In this week's Maxi Challenge, we tasked our fierce cast of queens with writing and presenting a stand-up routine parodying the Cartoon Drag Race Awards, as well as voting each other for awards in 5 categories. Now, let's see who won the awards.
And the winner of trade of the season is...
Sen. That tracks, haha.
I'm honored to accept this very accurate, and very obvious, award. Eat it bitches.
And the winner of Busted Beyond Belief is...
Spinel. Honey, you're welcome to ask us for tips on that mug. This has got to sting.
We all expected that one, but damn, I almost feel bad. I bet it was unanimous. Except for Spinel, but I wonder who she voted for.
And the winner of Shadiest Queen is...
Ione. Say their names, say their names.
That's my girl. Well, it's probably not a compliment, but a win is a win. As opposed to a top 2 like last time.
And the winner of Most Delusional Diva is...
Oh, well would you look at that. It's Spinel, no surprise there.
I expected it to be Spinel or Venti, but with my insider info on her bullshit, I voted Celestia. And I meant it. Who cares anyway? It's anonymous, so she's still under my thumb.
And the winner of Mug of the Year is...
Elisa, supermodel of the world, damn right. What? That was supposed to be mine. I am the mug of the year, period. Elisa should stop competing where she can't compare.
Venti, Elisa, Celestia Ludenberg, Spinel, and Arsene had a great performance.
I'm sure that me and Nikolai are taking the win this week. We had the twins in stitches.
Me and Elisa stormed that challenge from start to finish. We have no competition this week. This is what happens when 2 legends of the community join forces.
Nikolai, Mafuyu Sato, Camilla, Ione, and Vanessa had a good performance.
None of us did poorly this week, but half of us were just very middling, and that unfortunately included myself. I suppose my motherly persona didn't translate to the judges, but that's okay, because I'm prepared to make up for it shortly.
I definitely wish I had done better this week. With Spinel wasting so much time acting like a child forcing me to write on my own, and me being distracted in general by the things she was saying, I just didn't have time to practice like I would have liked to. I didn't do poorly, but nobody did, so I'm a little worried regardless. We'll see how this goes.
Camilla slayed the runway.
And what? Why are you gagging so? She brings it to you every episode. I hope this stunning runway gets me a little more credit with the other girls, so they choose me and Arsen to be safe. I can pretty much accept we won't be winning this week.
Elisa, Mafuyu Sato, Spinel, Ione, and Vanessa had a great runway.
Baby, you can't read this doll. The way I walked that runway tonight. Girl, I own that stage, and the rest of these bitches are just renting the space. Except Camilla, she blew me away this week and I'm proud to see it.
Me and Ione were both strong on the runway, and hopefully that'll convince the other queens. I think a few of them are pissed that Red Guy wrote most of our set for us, and I'm worried that they'll vote us into the bottom because of that. Placements aside, this is exactly why I'm the true mug of the season, end of story.
Venti, Celestia Ludenberg, Nikolai, and Arsen had a good runway.
My look was very strong, but if I'm being honest, it didn't perfectly fit the category, and the same goes for Celestia. I think we're still in contention for the win, though.
This is the first week I wasn't one of the best on the runway, but I know damn well I looked amazing regardless. This look will be perfect for collecting my second win.
My queens, I've made some decisions. Mafuyu Sato and Spinel, you're both safe, please leave the stage and make your way to the confessional lounge for the voting. Venti and Elisa, please step forward.
Come on, Kagamanelin, lay it on me. It's finally my time.
My queens, you are the winners of this week's challenge. Amazing job, you may both head to the confessional lounge. Celestia Ludenberg, Nikolai, Arsen, Camilla, Ione, and Vanessa. You're the tops and bottoms of the week. But who is who? Well, that's up to you and your sisters this week. You may go to the confessional lounge for voting.
It's definitely hard to pick the bottom team this week, nobody flopped. But if we're considering everything, someone would have flopped if not for some outside help. Ione and Vanessa, I'm sorry, but you're my vote.
I can't vote for Spinel, so I'll do the next best thing. Ione, and more specifically Vanessa, it's a chop.
I can't vote for Arsen or Nikolai, so I really only have one option. I'm sorry to Vanessa and Ione, but they're my vote for the bottom two.
Ione, you made a mistake coming for my daughter. You're my pick tonight, and Vanessa is getting caught in the crossfire.
There was a clear worst group. Yes, Vanessa and Ione got help, but all things considered, I think Arsen and Camilla did worse. Plus, they're just bigger threats.
As much as I want to vote for Celestia out of habit, I told her that I wouldn't act that way anymore and I meant it. I also want to vote for Ione and Vanessa because of the help they got, but Vanessa is one of my only allies and I can't handle her being eliminated here. By default, Camilla and Arsen.
I vote for Arsen and Camilla, simple as that. I think me and Vanessa did the worst logically, but I'm not gonna pull a Chanel. Chop chop.
Hey Celestia, go fuck yourself. You're my vote for the bottom this week. Nikolai can join you too I guess, not really my problem.
I'm gonna have to vote for Celestia and Nikolai this week. I hope it doesn't upset my beautiful sister Camilla.
It should be obvious, but I vote for Ione and Vanessa. Vanessa, call me when this is all over. You're still a dark bitch in my heart.
My queens, the final decision has been made. Celestia and Nikolai, please step forward. As the group with the least amount of votes, you two are in the top this week. Great job, you're safe. Arsen and Camilla, you were very average in the challenge, but it's clear that one way or another you won the approval of your sisters. You're both safe. That means that Vanessa and Ione, you got the most votes from your fellow queens, and you're up for elimination.
We don't deserve to be here, it should be the tits and the legs. But as much as I respect Vanessa, I'm not losing to her again. It's on.
The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
The lip sync song is Pull Up to the Bumper by Grace Jones. Vanessa and Ione had a good lip sync.
Ladies, I have made my decision. Ione, Shantae, you stay. You may leave the stage. Vanessa, you'll always have a place in my heart, and if there's one thing I can say for sure, it's that you're far from busted. Now, sashay away.
This is Untucked.
As the queens enter Untucked, Celestia starts humming a song. Once they take their seat, Nikolai looks over and asks Celestia what she's humming, and she smiles and replies that Vanessa's elimination reminded her of the song Versailles burning at the stake. The queens laugh. Camilla looks to Venti and Elisa and congratulates them for the win this week. Arsène does the same, adding that Venti is really proving himself as a threat with back-to-back wins. Venti and Elisa thank them, and Elisa said she's just happy to have broken her safe streak because she was worried her legend status would be tarnished if she didn't get an early win.
I'm still pressed about what Elisa said earlier, but her star quality is sadly undeniable. She won this week, and I was in the bottom. I'll have to make sure that never happens again.
Mafuyu Sato congratulates Ione for surviving the lip sync, and asks how she feels about Vanessa's elimination. Ione says that at the end of the day Vanessa was a threat, and if this was how she had to get the chop it was better sooner than later because they filled the same niche.
That lip sync was definitely a close one. Neither really killed it, they both did alright. I kinda expected Vanessa to win, but I'm not Kagamane Elen. I'm happy for Ione either way, she definitely has something to prove in this competition just like me and I can appreciate that.
Spinel interrupts the conversation to question the room about their voting for the awards. Venti asks if this is because she was tonight's big winner, and the queens laugh. Spinel argues that she didn't deserve to be called busted or delusional, because those should have gone to Sato and Venti respectively. Sato simply rolls his eyes. Venti smiles at her and says he can't be that delusional, because he's sitting on 2 wins while Spinel is sitting on 2 bottom 3 placements. Celestia stifles a laugh. Elisa comments that she's obviously happy with the awards, because she was correctly given Mug of the Year. Camilla agrees, saying she's definitely the right winner of that award, with Vanessa being her main competition.
You could tell Vanessa was cracked that she didn't win Mug of the Year, since that's about all she had going for her. Really the only mug she's sporting is the one her sister Candace is gonna buy for her after the season that says, Best 10th Place Queen.
Mafuyu Sato chimes in to say that the only irrefutable award this week was Trait of the Season, because Arsène clearly earned that title. Arsène chuckles and facetiously says, Am I the body queen? And the queens laugh.